Hello, gorgeous flower pots. It's your Auntie Nelly. It's Sunday. I am here to service you. It is 12 noon. Give me a like, give me a love, give me a share. Let me know where you're watching me from. I am sat in a different position today. I've got a new kitchen table, and as I've sat at it, I've only just realised that I could possibly move one of the chairs to the other side of the table and still sit where I used to sit. But it's Sunday. It's been a long weekend and my brain's not actually functioning. I didn't advertise Sunday service really early because I've drove home from Clitheroe this morning and I got stuck in. The only thing I can say is it was like a motorbike rally and I didn't know if I were going to make it in time. So here I am, showered, hair washed, fresh to do Sunday service. So how are we all doing? How's your week been? What have you all been on with? Are you all okay? Hello, Jake Warren. I am very well, thank you. Good afternoon from Gosport, says Stacey Spears. And Pat Elcott from Western Australia. Hello. Michelle Woolard, hello. Anne Richardson, hello, hello, one and all. You are watching Sunday service with your Auntie Nelly. It's 12 noon. I am here to service you. If you can hear anything, it's the washer. If it gets too loud, I'll turn it off. But can you all see me, even though I've got the light behind me? And can you all hear me? Tracy Cooper, let me know. Now, if there's anybody on here from the Body Shop, give me a little shout. Because this week I purchased the Youth Drops of Youth Drops cleanser. And the only thing I can say is it supposed to take your makeup off? Because it didn't. So I don't know if it's just a cleanser and you've got a double cleanse with something else to remove makeup. But it certainly washes my face, it cleansed my face, but it didn't remove my makeup. So can anybody on the Body Shop here let me know? Hello, Linda Charlesworth. So I've got a few Sunday services to be going on with, a few more nighttime Nellies popping in. So I'm feeling much, much better, much brighter, and I am back on it. So you're back today with Sunday service. You watched me on Wednesday evening with Nighttime with Nelly, and I've got quite a good chunk through again for this Wednesday's Nighttime with Nelly. In between, we will be doing lots of reviews, and if you're not following me on Instagram, why not? Antonella Uncensored. It is every day, all day long. You see me, you see my stories, you see what I'm on with, see what I'm having for my tea. It's not actually that exciting, but if you want to follow me, I don't actually fucking go anywhere, but please do. Gail Waters, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome, wherever you flower pots may be watching me from. So shall we start off with the very first Sunday service, shall we? Okie dokie. Dear Auntie Nelly, I am a 36-year-old woman and my boyfriend is 38. We have been dating for 2 years and living together for a year. I love him, but he has trust issues, which I'm really struggling with. It's because of his previous relationship. He was engaged and she cheated, and I was his next serious girlfriend. I'm completely getting why he is like this. I'm not. But I'm getting fed up because I never give him any reason to doubt me. He checks my social media, and if I've commented on a male friend's post, he'll interrogate me about it. The rest of the time, the relationship is absolutely fine. I just don't like being questioned. How can I make him see that I shouldn't have to pay for his ex's mistakes, as it's having a really bad impact on our relationship? Love from Anonymous Flower Pot. Let me just let you all know that no matter when you write into the page, whether it be for Nighttime and Nelly or Sunday service, it's always anonymous, okay? Now, this young lady has wrote into her Auntie Nelly and she said, I'm in a relationship, we're absolutely fine. However, his previous relationship, he got cheated on. So I'm his next serious girlfriend and I'm having to pay for her mistakes. I get it, kind of. I don't get it. As your Auntie Nelly, honest, brutal advice. Once again, I don't get it. If you're not ready to let go of what hurt you in the past, you're not ready to go into a new relationship. So if you've been cheated on, as we all have now and again, And if you've experienced toxic relationships, if you've been in relationships with domestic violence, you've been in a relationship where you've been with an addict, whatever it may be, the next person that you're in a relationship should not have to pay for your hurt. You need to heal. So I always say, do not go into a serious relationship unless you're ready with a clean slate, okay? Now, yes, she may have cheated, and yeah, you might get it a little bit, and you might think, well, he's just a bit worried, it's been done to him before, I don't want it to do again, you know, but hang on a minute. We can be with people and we've never had anyone cheat on us in the past, and they may cheat. You can't live like this. At the end of the day, this is his issue. It's his problem. He should be writing into the page, not you, sweetheart. And you're absolutely right. You should not have to pay for his ex's mistakes, because that's what they are. They're their mistakes. It's his issue. It's not yours. Now, you need to sit him down. First couple of Sunday service, hashtag kitchen table. And you need to say, listen, Flower, I'm really sorry that you got cheated on. Really, I am. It's shit, that. But we are in a new relationship. I love you. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't. Hopefully, we'll be together forever until our hundreds. I don't know, but I cannot live every day worried or having to watch my tongue. You should be able to comment on your cousin David's photo. Hi, David, you're looking really good there. Looking great, cuz. Whatever it may be. Without him wanting to give you the third degree. Because then you're going to not more than watch your tongue, but you're going to start going into yourself. You're going to be reclusing what you're really thinking. You're going to have to be sending private messages hoping that he doesn't see them. And you shouldn't have to live your life like that. You should be able to comment on who the fuck you want's posts without your partner thinking there's an ulterior motive or you're cheating. So you sit him down and you tell him that it's his issue. Maybe he needs a bit of counselling, he needs to go and speak to somebody about it, but you're certainly not willing to carry the blame for her. And if he continues like this, you need to stop the relationship now, because believe me, he's made an excuse. Well, I'm like that because of this. What will the next excuse be? Because if he's not ready to let go of his issues from his past relationship, is he ready to move on into a new relationship? And that's all I'm going to say. So, my flower pots who watch my Sunday service, who watch my night time with Nelly, always like to put their 2 pence in. I rely on them to do that. They may say something different, they may not, but I think that's the best advice. Okie dokie, dear Auntie Nelly, my husband admitted to me that he'd been having an affair. I had absolutely no clue and I was devastated. He told me she was someone he'd met through work and that it had been going on for a few months. We've been married for just over 10 years and have 2 young children. I appreciated his honesty with me and he said sorry and he wanted to know if we could make our marriage work. He ended the affair before he told me, so I agreed to give our marriage a chance because I still love him. I am still hurt, but we plan to go to counselling. But also I have another problem. You only get one problem on Sunday service, but go on then, you little tinker. When I told my closest friends and my mum about what happened, they were all very judgmental and told me they thought I'd done the wrong thing by saying I would give our marriage a go. After being through in all this shit, I now have to contend with friends and family who no longer want to speak to him and are making things very awkward. Now then, what I will say here, when you're having problems in your relationship, you do need a friend, a family member, a support group you can go to. And I always find that that friend needs to be a listening ear. Not somebody who is judgmental. Not somebody who's going to put the 2 pence in and make you feel shitter than what you felt in the first place. Somebody who may play a little bit of devil's advocate. So maybe like, can you really trust him? You know, maybe ask you questions that you're a bit scared of asking yourself. But if you ultimately decide that he's your husband, you love him, you've got 2 young children, you'll give marriage counselling a go, you understand why the affair may have happened, things weren't quite tickety-boo, you've told your friends and family, and now they're not being supportive, are they really friends? Do they really want what's best for you? Do you know what I mean? That's what I would be asking. Because we go to people when things are shit. That's what friends and family are for. And they're there to support us. They're there to give us advice. Sometimes advice which is invaluable. Sometimes you know exactly what they're going to say. Sometimes you have to pick your audience. So you know now that in the future, God forbid anything happens, they're not the best people to go to. However, in the defence of your friends and your mum, they probably want what's best for you. And they're hurt as well. They can't believe that he would have cheated on you. They can't believe that he's put you in that position. So they're angry as well. So they're venting their frustration. And you're taking it a little bit too personally by not saying, I know he's a fucking shithead. You're absolutely right. And I'm not expecting you to fucking shake his hand when you see him, because you can't anyway because of social distancing. But I've decided we're going to give our marriage a go. And that's it. But it's all about finding that person who'll listen and not be judgmental. So tell them, listen, I'm going through enough at the moment. I want to save my marriage. I want to. Yes, he's made a mistake. If it happens again, he's through the fucking door. I don't know whether it's going to work. We're going to go for marriage counselling. We might decide it's not for us. We've got nothing to save. But while I'm going through this really difficult time, I'm feeling really challenged, the last thing I need is for you to fucking keep going on at me. Please, 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 mum. Please, 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 friends. Just listen to me. Hold me. Tell me everything's going to be okay. But do not make things any worse. And that's all you can say. Now, I would like to think that maybe you go to marriage counselling and you get your marriage back on track. You find out what it was, why you had to go to somebody else. Have you got proof that he's ended the affair? Or was he just afraid that you were going to find out, so he's had to come clean? Sometimes we admit to things because we think, well, I'm better off fucking telling him before that bastard does. Maybe she gave him an ultimatum. I'm sure you've asked him all these questions before you've made the decision to say, yeah, actually, I do love you, and let's try and salvage our marriage. Because Auntie Nelly has been round the block, up and down the back street, over a few fucking wheelie bins, and let me tell you, I'd be thinking she said to him, if you don't tell your wife, I will. And he's gone, well, I'll tell my wife anyway, and fuck you, I don't want to be with you anyway, I love my wife. Had she have not said that, would he have ended the affair? That's what I'm thinking. But then again, once again, you go to friends and mum and playing devil's advocate. So that's what I would be saying. That's what I would be wanting answered before I go to any marriage counselling and I make the commitment in order to say I'm going to save this marriage. Because 9 times out of 10, they will have been pushed into a corner because he's been having his cake and eating it. Whether you like it or not, he's been having his cake and eating it. Now, I do believe once a cheater, always a cheater, but that's only because that's been my life experience and my relationship experiences. That doesn't mean to say he's going to cheat again, and that doesn't mean to say he was pushed into a corner. That doesn't mean to say that she said, if you don't tell, I will. It really doesn't. It doesn't. But I'm just saying, you know, you've got to think of all the scenarios, and you've got to try and tick all the boxes, because once you've been cheated on, it's really fucking hard to forgive, and it's really, really fucking hard to trust. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when you've no trust, you've no relationship. So I really do hope that you've asked all them questions. My flower pots will be putting their 2 pence in, and also maybe saying, you know, is there anything else you could be asking? This happened to me, it didn't happen to me, it happened to a friend, and we all help each other out. But you definitely have more of a problem than your mum and your friends saying, I don't really want to shake his hand. Because they're only annoyed because they love you and they care for you and they think it's shit what's happened to you. Oh, moving on. Dear Auntie Nelly, my partner and I hope to be together for the rest of our lives. Whatever is left of them, oh Christ. But I want to know I'd still have my home if he passes away before me. The thing is, I gave up my council flat and moved in with him. He's 67 and I'm 63. But I have me out to suit up, but I know that his awful daughter would have me out the house as soon as the funeral was over. I have put my savings into our home by buying windows, doors, having a conservatory fitted, a brand new kitchen and fitted bedrooms. I've even done the garden. I also pay half the bills even though we are both on a pension. I want to know if I should have something drawn up legally. My partner says he wants me to live in the house if he dies first, but I don't think his nasty daughter will allow that. What do we do? What the actual fuckety fuck has it got to do with his fucking nasty daughter, fucking Cruella de Vil? The fuck's it got to do with her? What the fuck has it got to do with who her dad lives with, who lives in her dad's home, as long as his dad is happy? Why don't you go to a solicitor and get some legal advice? Is he happy to say that the house now is in joint names? Is he happy to say that that's your home as well because you gave up your council flat? You've put all your fucking life savings into that house, making it nice? If so, get something drawn up on paper. The sooner the better. Don't be thinking you're going to put anyone's nose out of joint. If she was to throw you out on the street the day after the funeral, what kind of fucking love has she got for her dad? You're his life partner now. That's it. You want to be together forever and she should be respecting that. So he needs to write a will. You both need to go to the solicitors, the lawyers, wherever it is you may live, because I don't know where you live because they're anonymous. And you do need to say, this is our home. And if he passes before me, if he does, this is what he's decided is for Cruella de Vil and this is what's for me. If I pass before him, this is what I'm deciding. You may think, I've put 30 grand in that house and, you know, I'd like to think that if I pass and then he passed, that bit of money can still go to whoever you want to leave it to. I am not legal. I don't know much legal jargon. I don't really know much about it, but I do know that if you've got offspring or anyone that you care for in life, regardless of being in your 60s or your 20s, the minute that you have an offspring, you should definitely make a will. Maybe you can make a will without him having to change the deeds on his home or whatever, but please go and seek that legal advice, okay? And as for the daughter-in-law, why is she being like that with you? Why does she not like you? Why does she not see that you've made all these vast improvements to the home? Why does she not want dad to be happy? Maybe it's a little bit about getting around, inviting around, making her feel comfortable, making her know that just because you're there, you're not replacing maybe mum, you're not replacing her. You know, you want that relationship with all the family. So there's a little bit more there, but yeah, definitely get legal advice. The quicker, the better. If I pass, everything goes to my little girl. It'll be 25 in October. But what I found out recently, and I did not know this, even though I've got a will and everything is in Olivia's name, so I die this afternoon, Olivia gets all my estate. Sounds posh, that. Just means me house and what bits in my bank account and a few product reviews that I've reviewed and they've been no good, so they're under bed. So she would get everything because she's my daughter. I don't have anybody else. I've got my daughter. It's all to her. I also have life insurance, so if I do die this afternoon, take my final breath, because nobody knows if tomorrow's promised to anybody. I know I've got things in place that will care for Olivia. But I did not know that my fiance, who I do not live with, he doesn't live with me, we won't live together till we're married. We don't live together, he doesn't pay any of my bills, I don't pay any of his. But he could actually contest and say, well, I was with her for 14 years and I'm entitled to ABC. I did not know that that could happen, but I recently found out, so I have now had to draw up a new paper. It's called something like, this will be completely wrong, but it's called something like a PBL or an ABL or an FPB or something. I paid some money to a solicitor, got that signed off, just to make sure that no fucker can have anything that I have left to my daughter. This video will also make sure that no fucker will be having nothing. Nothing. Even when I marry the love of my life, I will marry him, God knows when, because everything's been postponed. I will marry him. My fortune, my estate, my worldly goods will still go to my baby girl. If we live in a home together, he is entitled to live in that home if I die before him, because that's his house. You don't kick people out on the street. But he will not be wanting or needing or getting a fucking penny. That is for my baby girl to live a life she feels comfortable with without her mum. So my will and testament is all up to date. Everything's done. I'm making sure that no fucking exes or current partners can come and get anything and contest it. And it's a nice, smooth ride. So hello, Hartley Blue. Do you want to say good morning? Hartley Blue's here, one moment. Come here then. Come here and say hello, flower pots. Hello, flower pots. Say hello, everybody. And how are we all? Tell them what you're having. What you're having? We're having an Italian roast today, which comprises of pasta, meatballs and ribs. And Hartley always gets a little bit, don't you? Yeah, he does on his bit-bits and he likes it. But he is a little bit on tubby side. So the vet were telling me, well, fucking 170 quid this week in vet bills on Hartley. Anyway, can't claim because it's a pre-existing condition. But there we go. So he's having a Sunday roast. We're having an Italian Sunday roast. What are you having on your roast? Who's having what? Olivia's got another driving lesson at 2 o'clock. So yeah, she's doing really well. The other day she drove, first lesson, she went out with the instructor and she drove all the way back from Bury. From Bury. Yeah, Hartley is an 8-year-old Bichon Frise. He really is. Yeah, so anyway, going back to that. So anybody who's got kiddies or they've got a little bit of something to leave, such as a house or a little bit of money in your bank, or an old bookcase or a fucking photo album, whatever it may be, get legal advice and make sure that it goes to that person that you want it to. Okay? There we go. I'm not signing a prenup. He's not signing a prenup. There won't be none of that. And my fiance is marrying me for me and not for anything that I can offer or have. However, you just never fucking know, do you? You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Once again, it's promised to Norfolk. Oh my God, Marlene's having a lamb dinner. Where'd you live, Marlene? Love a bit of fucking lamb, mate. Joanna, so she's hungover, so she's having a roast dinner. What meats are you having on that, flower? Because I don't think you'll be sure to pick him. Oh, dear Auntie Nelly, I'm 25 and an only child and I still live at home with my mum. I'm close to my mum. She's disabled. Hang on a minute. Is this Olivia writing in? Is this my Olivia? She's disabled and I've been her carer for as long as I remember. Do you know what? The only thing in my life that I regret is when I was so poorly. Olivia was a young carer for me. And the thing she missed out on. So if there's any young carers out there, honest to God, you're doing an absolutely fucking smashing job. And I thought you might be having a bit of your Ben's mate, Joanne. Send my love, my sweetheart, and I'll be in very, very soon. Yeah, young carers, they don't get the accolade that they need. They really don't. And for parents who are sat there with disabilities and have their young carers to look after them, whether that be a family member, a friend, or the child, I'm sending you all lots and lots of love. My Olivia wouldn't go to university. She didn't want to leave the home until I promised to have all the aids in place. So I had a pendant, because I'm prone to falls, I'm still under the falls team. That if I fall, it rings somebody immediately. I have care lines set up. I've got everything in because I'm still registered disabled. But anyway, that fucking hell, that therapy session, that. Let's go back. Okay, so my mum has always been involved in everything I do, as she has no friends of her own. Oh, bless her. For example, I didn't go to university. Oh, because she was taught me into staying at home and looking after her. This is definitely not Olivia, because Olivia went to university. She went to Kingston upon Thames and she graduated with first class honours in what I like to call really, really good colouring in everybody else's world, graphic design. Okay, so now I have decided I would like to go to university, and I've managed to save some money over the past few years for my young carers allowance. On the one hand, I don't want to upset my mum because I love her a lot, and even though she has a disability, I know she would actually manage okay without me if she only tried. I just wish and want to live my own life. Is this being selfish? Absolutely not. Life's for living. Your life is yours to live. We only have one life and we don't know if it's promised to any fucker tomorrow. This might be it. Today might be your last day on earth. So please, please, please do with it as you wish and please. As long as you're not harming animals or children, then you crack on. Now, you say that your mum would probably manage if she tried. Does she not try because you're doing too much for her? Sometimes we get dependent on other people and we don't realise it is what we can actually do for ourselves. You need to break those apron strings yourself and you need to start saying to mum, Mum, you can do that. You can. And she will, because she'll have no choice. Mum has no friends. She needs to open up a social circle, whether that's something she starts doing on social media or whether it's a few little places she can go to in the week and make different friends. She needs to stop being as reliant on you. You're a 25-year-old girl. You're a quarter of a century old. And if you want to go to university, you fucking go. You just make sure that mum's got a care package in place. Now, you're going to have to make that call to social services and you're going to have to say, I'm a young carer, as you know, I get a caring allowance, but I no longer want to be a young carer. I want to go to university. I want to start making my own life. I want to be independent. But mum's so dependent on me. I'm worried about her. So please, please, can you come and do an assessment? That might frighten mum into thinking, shit, I am a little bit dependent on her. Maybe there are a few things I could do. I gave birth to my daughter. I love her and I want what's best for her. She wants to go to university. I'm going to help her do that. I'm going to help her. Or on the other hand, she may think, no, you can't go because I need you. What happened if you fell off the face of the earth today? What would she do then? So regardless of whether you want to go to university or not, you still need extra care in place. You need respite care for yourself because caring for somebody is fucking emotionally, physically and mentally draining. So ring social services firstly. Tell them that you need some other kind of care package in place. When you get that care package in place, because you're entitled to it, and mum starts feeling that she's depending on someone else other than you, you can start moving away slowly. So you may not go to university in September, but you may September after. Get all these things in place and know you are not being selfish. But if mum doesn't want you to go to university because of her disability, then that's being selfish. Because there are people out there who have disabilities and they don't have any family members to look after them, certainly not children, and they still manage. So it's about making sure that she's managing her disability and you're able to live your life the best you can. So, there we go. Yeah, it's a difficult one and you don't want to upset mum and that, but believe me, sweetheart, you're not going to be here forever. You're not. So you've got to live your life the best as you can. Okie dokie. Hello, Nellie and all. Hello, Louise O'Neill. Hello, Elaine Stenner Hall. Hello, everybody. I can see that there's lots of people watching from New Zealand and California. And while I'm talking, I've got a bit of a pervert in my inbox who keeps sending me videos. I'm presuming they're videos of him masturbating. Why do people do that? Why do people send dick pics and videos of them masturbating and then tell you that they've done that just for you? Like, you're going to go, oh my God, I'm so proud, thank you. Anyway, dear Auntie Nellie, if I did not make the first move on my wife, we would never make love. When we do have sex, it's always missionary. She says she doesn't want to take her nightwear off and we have to keep the lights off. I know I am more adventurous than her, but I love her so much and want to enjoy our lovemaking. We are only 41, but when I talk about it, she said she's embarrassed. And she says, why am I not happy? I am happy apart from this. How can I make her know that it's not dirty or wrong or perverted to just want her naked and in different positions? All I'm going to say here is, Anonymous, have you actually said, it's not dirty, me wanting you naked and in different positions, because that sounds quite dirty. So it's about how we communicate here. And sex, even though we're in 2020, to some people, talking about it is still quite taboo. Some people don't feel that experimental. Some people think, I am giving you sex, I am laid here and allowing you to pleasure yourself. What else do you want? So it's about knowing what's, number one, acceptable, what we can do, what we can't do. Maybe we need to go back to when we first met, blank canvas again, start romancing each other again, because it does take two. And it's not a case of putting porn on or showing her a magazine and saying, I want you in that position. It's about making her feel comfortable when you're making love to her, that she's able to maybe move around a little bit and she feels comfortable doing that. She, at the moment, feels comfortable having sex with you. She loves you, your husband. She wants to make love with you. 1 minute, because Hartley wants a fucking piss. Don't be saying any of that, because she won't be comfortable with that, will she? 1 minute, please. Come on then, Hartley Blue. Go for wee-wee. Good boy. Go do wee-wee. Go on. Go on. I've got people online. Go on, you little shit. Yeah. My apologies, but when you're live with your Auntie Nelly, once again, anything can happen. So, yeah, it's about just saying, you know, how about we try this? And doing it in a way where if she does feel sex is quite taboo and she's embarrassed talking about it, maybe explaining things not in a sexy or dirty way, because that may make her clam up and feel like I don't want to do it at all. So the minute you're having sex, and then you might not. So it's about letting her know that it's not just about her being naked in different positions. It's about wanting to see her body. You love her so much. She does everything for you. You find her attractive. You're in love with her. You know, she's so sexy. And it's about maybe introducing a little bit of light. Don't put big lights on, because that's going to fucking freak her out. But a little bit, maybe a night light on the stairs and the bedroom door open so you can see a little bit of light. Tell her that you love her so much, you know, and introducing that soft foreplay again, soft play. And maybe, you know, having the covers off, maybe taking an item of clothing off each time until she feels more comfortable with it. So it's about going softly here, because if we run in too fast, we're gonna spoil our lovemaking, and we're gonna make it feel dirty and wrong. And, you know, little light here and there, a little bit less nightwear, if she feels comfortable. Now, what we have to think of, it's all right you saying, I want her naked in different positions. What does she actually want? Have you actually asked her what she wants? Because she might say, I don't mind taking my nightwear off, but I don't want to put big light on, and I don't want to be doggy style. I don't like all that. I like it like this. And you can still have a wonderful sexual relationship whilst in missionary position. She could still be laid on her back, that's what she feels comfortable with, while you're doing things. So it might be, like I say, soft foreplay, taking a little bit of clothes off. You know, if she's wearing pyjamas, you know, take the top off and play with the breasts, or take the bottoms off and, you know, stroke her thighs, and just be a little bit more gentle. But yeah, talk about it. Certainly communication is key here. And if she feels that when you're mentioning things, it makes it feel wrong and dirty, then change your language. Change your language, how you're coming across to your loving wife. But I do wish you the best of luck. You know, buy her a candle, a nice little candle for the bedroom, a scented one, and just light it and keep it on. Never leave naked flames unattended. But yes, just a little bit of something like that. Oh, dear Auntie Nelly. My mum moved into a new home and got friendly with neighbour. Her neighbour's daughter is my age, and she's always trying to fix me up. Hartley's barking. But the neighbour's daughter is just not my type. She's a really lovely girl, but I just don't fancy her. It's got to where I no longer want to go round and see mum, because neighbour's daughter's there as if she's waiting for my arrival. She's always dressed up with her hair and makeup on, trying to impress me. And mum says, excuse me, she's got the hots for me. But it's not mutual. How do I tell her this without her thinking I'm shallow? Just tell her. Just say, look, mum, she's lovely. I just don't fancy her. And then she might, you know, have opened up fucking can of worms, and she has to close that can of worms. But, you know, you don't know what mum's saying. You don't know whether mum's saying, yeah, he likes you. He said he likes you. Well, he's coming round again. And she's thinking, oh, he likes me. I'm going to go and do my hair, put a frock on. You know, it's got a little bit out of hand. So the quicker you tell mum that she's not your type, the better. And just say, look, mum, she's a right nice girl. I really like her. She's lovely. She's just not for me. And that's all you need to say. Hartley's barking because somebody's come and knocked on the door, and Olivia's at the front door. I don't know who it is. But she's not shouted for me, so it mustn't be for me. So yeah, so that's all you need to do. Just be honest, and there's nothing wrong. You just want in now. Come on, Flower, in you come. You know. Just be honest, and there's nothing wrong with not finding people attractive. It doesn't make you a bad person. You don't have to go out with people that you don't find attractive. You spoke to the girl, she's a lovely girl. If you fancied her, she'd know. Maybe next time you sat down having a cup of tea, maybe say, oh yeah, I went out last night, yeah, I started seeing this girl. Lie! You know, it's nice, it's a form of kindness. Yeah, I went out last night, I started seeing this girl, we've been out on a few dates, I'm going to see how it goes. Simple as that, do something like that. But the quicker you do it, the easier it's going to be, and then you can still go round to your mum's for a cup of tea. Without feeling that, you can't, because she's going to be sat there on fucking display. How do I... Right. Dear Auntie Nelly, how do I tell my daughter that I am gay? I left her dad years ago and have lied. No, she hasn't lied. She's lived with her partner now for 15 years. My daughter just thinks we are best friends. She was only 8 when I left, so it was not appropriate. And she calls my partner Auntie. Always has done. My partner says, do we really need to tell her? She's not really too bothered. But I don't want dishonesty between us. Please advise. I'm 51 and my daughter is 23. Oh, right, yeah, because you were 8 when you left. Right, okay. Your daughter might know. Your daughter might know that Auntie Valda is really your living lover and you live together as lesbian partners. Or she may think that you live together like sisters. Does it really fucking matter? In the day that we are today, you know, I think your daughter would want nothing, as we do as parents, would want nothing but for you to be happy. You left her when she was 8. Has she ever asked any questions as to why you left? Has she been down the road of, you left me when I were 8, Mum, why didn't you take me with you? Why did I not come? Have you had that conversation? Have you got a little bit more pent-up guilt than just, I think she needs to know that her auntie is like my wife or my girlfriend or whatever it may be. She probably has guessed at 23 because they're not daft. But yeah, you really do need to have that conversation, and you need to sit down and say, listen, I want to go through some things with you. I don't know why you've never asked me, but the fact that you've never asked me, you know, is brilliant. But let's have the conversation. I want to tell you why I left when I were 8, and I don't want your relationship to change with me or your auntie. Still call her auntie. She absolutely adores you, whatever it may be, but we're a couple. And that's all it needs to be. You don't need to go into the where's, why's and what's, because she might not be asked. Or she might say, I know, Mum, and that's fine. I've known for bloody ages. As long as you're happy, I'm not... Just be honest. Just be honest. You feel like... And say to her, the reason I'm telling you this is because I feel dishonest and I don't want any dishonesty between us. I'm going to tell you. And if you've got any questions, ask them. And if you haven't, let's just crack on. Chances are, 99%, Auntie Nelly has a feeling she probably knows. She's not right asked. But yeah, just tell her, come clean. Just tell her, I really don't think she'll have a problem. You know your daughter better than me. But I think your real issue here is the fact that you left her when she was 8, because otherwise, why would you mention it? You're a terrific agony aunt, says Claire Timperley. Thank you. I have my own agony aunt column in Chat Magazine every Thursday. I'm also official agony aunt for That's Life New Zealand and That's Life Australia. So thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And I think when you get to the ripe old age of 46, and once again I'll say I've been up and down a few back streets, round a few roundabouts, in and out of a few fucking wheelie bins. I think it's about life experience. You can't teach somebody how to learn to be an agony aunt, but you can certainly take yourself out the picture, not being judgmental. And you can certainly look at what maybe is going on. Because when you're in that problem, you're having that issue, you don't see it like everybody else would. So yeah, so I do try my best to give the best advice. But what I would say on that note is, if there's anything medical, please see a general practitioner, because I'm not trained If there's anything going on with domestic violence, please, 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 please seek attention, seek help immediately. If there's anything a bit stinky, a bit sticky, a bit dischargy coming out the end of your dick, you need to go to a gun clinic. You don't need to be writing into your Auntie Nelly and hoping that she reads out your problem. Okay, so if there's anything like that, do not wait for your Auntie Nelly to possibly get a nighttime Nelly or a Sunday service. Things happen in my life as well. Sometimes I'm poorly and I can't do the show. Sometimes your message doesn't come through correctly and it gets lost. I get hundreds of messages a day for nighttime and Ellie and Sunday service, as you can appreciate. So if there's anything out there that you think I would normally see a professional, see a professional. See a fucking... Hartley, you're taking the fucking piss now. Come and sit here with mummy. You do not need to be going outside again. Sit down now next to mama. Good boy. You're not in and out like a fucking train today. We're not playing games. Oh no, we're not playing games today. Right, so hello Lisa Virgin, Newfoundland, Canada. Carol Jane Evans says, lovely to see you back. Do you know what? It's good to be back. Nella Piper's watching. Hello Nella, how are you and all the little family? Last Dear Auntie Nelly of today's Sunday service. And you know what? When I came home today from that there Clitheroe where fiance lives, I got home, jumped in shower, washed my hair, conditioned it. And because I've gone back dark, oh, it feels tremendous. It really does. When I was trying to go blonde and what the fuck I was doing, fuck knows what I was trying to do. When I was trying to achieve looking like Jennifer Lopez. But I just have to accept and embrace that I look like Super Nanny. And I'm fine with that. I've embraced it now. It's okay. Jennifer Lopez can have her fucking ridiculously good looks. The woman is 50 and she looks incredible. But yeah, that sort of hair on me, you know, and the texture of it, and it just didn't work for me, all that bleach. So it's already feeling, oh, it feels amazing. I love it. I bloody love it. I really do love it. Hello, Marianne Nell McCallum from South Africa. I think so. I wasn't ready to embrace the grey, but what I did find out was when I do eventually embrace the grey, I actually had a really nice silvery grey look. It were a bit platinum-y. So I'm quite happy for those years to come. Age is a privilege denied to many, and when I'm ready to embrace that, I'll be a little bit older and I'll have been around a little bit longer. So it's all good. It's all good in the Nelly hood. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have awful incontinence. Oh heck. It's got so bad that I no longer socialise. If I cough, laugh or sneeze or vomit, I'm wet through. I find this really embarrassing. I did pluck up the courage to go and see the GP and he just told me to lose weight. Oh, that old fucking chestnut. Tell you what, I could chop off my little finger today, end up in A&E, and they'll still tell you to fucking lose weight, won't they? The fuck has chopping my finger off got to do with me being fucking morbidly obese? The fuck has me being bitten by a dog and having no leg got to do with me being obese? That's what they tell you, don't the general practitioners? Oh, well, you'll have to lose some weight. Why? Everybody needs to lose weight. We know about it. Not everybody, but, you know, we could all do with losing a few pounds and being a lot healthier. But then again, there's people out there who are bang on the weight the doctors say and they're not healthy. So I get really, really disgruntled about that. I really do. Really do. I could go with a spot that's fucking pissing out shit and doctor will say, how you doing with your weight? You could really do with looking at your weight. Listen, I'll watch me fucking weight. You tell me why this spot's fucking pissing out yellow pus. Do you know what I mean? I know I've put 3 stone on in fucking lockdown. I know, because I have a mirror at my house. I know what I need to do. Anyway, maybe losing a little bit of weight might release a little bit of pressure on your bladder. But I mean, have you had scans? Is there a reason why you're doing this incontinence other than, you know, turning to fucking Weight Watchers, Slimming World? And breathe. Sorry about that. It's just that I do feel. How do you write into Auntie Nelly, says Tasha Cole? Into the page, Flower. Just into the page, the messaging, just put Dear Auntie Nelly. Okay. So she put the courage up to go to the GP and he said lose weight. I even urinated on my husband during sex, much to his delight. But he didn't know it was a wee. I've been secretly trying Kegel exercises, but it's not getting any better. What do I do? It's costing me a fortune in pads and really affecting my daily life. Don't write into the page. Go and see the doctor. Ask to see a different doctor. There's many forms of incontinence. I've got mixed incontinence, okay? And I deal with that in the best way I can. I've now got cluster fibroids, which are making my incontinence worse. I've also got 5 bulging discs in my back and the bottom of my spine is fused. So I have a nerve that sometimes don't know what the fuck it's doing and I piss myself. I do, I just piss myself. That's why I wear tenner lady and I wear maxi night at night just in case. I do wake up quite dry most days, but sometimes I wake up sodden. It is nothing to be embarrassed about. We get to a certain age, we do a cough, we squeeze our legs. Okay, so go and see a different general practitioner. Say, listen, I come and see Mr. Taylor last week. I weren't right happy, can I see Mrs. Taylor? Go and see a different GP. Tell them what you've told me. Say, listen, I know I need to lose a bit of weight, very good, yeah, but I'm not here about weight loss. I don't want a fucking free prescription to gym. I'm here because I'm pissing myself. I'm pissing myself day in, day out, and it's affecting my daily life. I'm not happy. It's costing me a fortune on fucking pads. Pissed on my husband. He's fucking delighted thinking I've squirted on him and I've just fucking pissed on him. It's affecting my daily life. Be honest. Tell these people it's nothing they won't have heard before. And it does affect your daily life. Fucking hell. When I were in my 20s, I never wore the colour white. Never wore the colour white. Because of the incontinence that I had. When I was 30, I eventually had urethral buttress and urethral plasty, and it changed my life. There are lots of different treatments out there now for incontinence. Get yourself a referral to a urologist and see what they say. But once again, there's a lot of things in the media, a lot of things in the paper at the minute about no mesh surgery. A lot of ladies in the past have had mesh to hold up. It's like a sling for the bladder and it's caused a lot of problems. So please, please, please stay away from that. I know 1 or 2 people that have been seriously affected by that. I was ever so lucky. I had a urethral buttress and urethral plasty. It was different to the mesh sling. But yes, speak to a urologist. If there's that much going on about it at the moment, they know themselves anyway. But tell them it's affecting everything in your life. And if you want to lose a bit of weight, because you want to lose that weight, because you know you could do with being that little bit healthier, then you lose the weight. There's chances are you'll still be fucking pissing yourself, but do that as a separate thing. Go and see a doctor, get a second opinion, get a referral to a urology. Do not sit there living your life in fucking misery. In misery, just because one doctor said that. They're fantastic doctors. They work fucking tirelessly for us. Save the NHS. I love the NHS. But they don't always get it right. And we're allowed to question them. So do not have white collar syndrome and think, well, he's a doctor, he's knows best. Please, please get second advice, second opinion, third opinion, whatever it may be, so that you are living a happy, healthy life. And then when you do get it sorted, your husband's going to think he's lost his fucking mojo. He's going to think, fucking hell, Barbara was squirting all over at shop 3 months ago. Look at her now, dry as a fucking bone. Anyway, that's been today's Sunday service. Like I said, give me a like, give me a love, give me a share. Tell your friends about me. Write into the page, Dear Auntie Nelly, whether it be night time with Nelly or Sunday service. And I look forward to seeing you all in the week with some new reviews. Because don't forget, I buy and try so you don't have to. Once again, any review requests you've got, please write into the page. Your love, your following and your support means the absolute fucking world to me. There would be no Auntie Nelly with no flower pot. So once again, flower pot love. Have a wonderful day and I'll catch you all very, very soon.